up, looking for the broccoli. I keep on, got no ties. I walked in, walked out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the plan.
Game long. I need everybody in this building to be loud, wear the shirts, and let's bring this one home.
Oh, say, can you wait?
The injured Gordon. Both Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Shot clock down to 7 on the opening possession. Randall is doubled, forcing him to give it up. Timer down to 3. Conley to Shannon. And an air ball, 24. We welcome those of you listening to the Dave Pash, Doris Burke, and George Sedano here in Minnesota for Game 6. The Wolves trying to close out Denver. The Nuggets trying to force a Game 7, which would be... He's out tonight. Kyle Anderson, who would have been part of the rotation as a backup ball handler, he's out as well. No Aaron Gordon for Denver, but they do have Murray and Jokic. Jokic got the first points of the game on the last possession for Denver. Now Jokic driving on Gobert, spinning and hitting.
And with Nikola and keep his percentage down, Nikola gets busy early.
Here's Terrence Shannon, who got the start tonight with the Sumo out. It's his first career playoff start. They keep doubling McDaniels and Randall. Mid-range shot no good by McDaniels. And rebound twice back in 2020. No team has done it 3 times. The Nuggets have a chance to do that if they can stay alive tonight. Shot clock down to 5. Murray on the fallback, no good, and Conley boards it.
McDaniels, obviously, one of the keys here.
We knew it would be problematic for Minnesota to score with all of those offensive pieces down, and they're doubling and tripling Randall. Conley misses a 3. 2.5 minutes in, Minnesota. Now you got Randall on Jokic, so he'll go to work. Randall very powerful, able to stay with him. Here's Brown. Missed the 3 off the side of the rim. Here's Shannon. They think he's really good with the ball in his hands. He gets fouled there by...
Against Rudy Gobert early. At the 3-point line, the contest is there, but it's one-on-one for Rudy, and Jokic just takes him down to the paint. You see his use of one of the great touch shooters of all time.
Coming off a triple-double in Game 5. He's now tied in terms of regular season and playoffs with Russell Westbrook.
Rudy Gobert is the primary defender, holding Nikola Jokic, who is one of the most efficient all-time basketball players in history, to just 33% field goal. Versus game that allows time and attention to go elsewhere for Minnesota, and that's a big deal.
Shannon gets Minnesota on the board with a pair of free throws. Jokic kicks to Brown, nails a 3. And that's a good skill during the regular season with his shot. But he also missed half the year due to injury. Randall on the spin. He hangs it, gets the bounce for his first.
Right, you think about his arrival in New York when he helps turn the program around initially before the acquisition of Jalen Brunson. He knows how to be a lead guy.
Murray with the left hand. Here's McDaniels. Randall driving again. Missed it the first time, but not the second.
Paint and play a little bully ball, play through the chest.
Johnson turns it over. Minnesota with a chance to take the lead. Shannon races past the defender and slams it down. Chris Finch told us before the game, he's an excellent driver. We just got to get the ball in his hands. Gobert forces a turnover. Conley, Shannon again on the drive. Count it. 10-7 Wolves. Missed the 3 that time. One and done for the Nuggets. Here's Shannon, who's Dosuma's replacement. Remember, Dosuma in the last game here had a career-high 43 points. Randall nails a 3.
that you have met far too many times, which with far too much at stake. There's a healthy level of distaste, and you love the cohesiveness of the start of this game for Minnesota.
Johnson gets the layup inside to N4. Last Saturday night ended with ejections. Both Randall and Jokic were kicked out after Jaden McDaniels scored a layup at the end of the game. Jokic didn't like it, thought it was unnecessary as Shannon misses, but got it back and has it blocked. Game 7 would be Saturday if Denver can win tonight. A foul here on Conley. Let's check in with George.
Guys, as you mentioned, the Wolves and Nuggets' disdain for each other is giving us a true rivalry. We've seen both teams trading barbs in the media with some physical dust-ups as well already. As Wolves head coach Chris Finch said, it's no, and the opponent certainly plays a part in it. Denver head coach David Adelman, he told us they believe the Wolves were built specifically to beat them. Christian Brown added to me that they'll have to bring it up. They expect to be a raucous environment. When I asked Chris Finch how would he characterize his team's feelings towards the Nuggets, he simply said there was definitely a different level of focus because who the opponent was, Dave.
But there have been other postseasons where that hasn't been the case. But they're certainly locked in tonight. A 4-point lead as they double Randall. Now Shannon from deep comes up short.
To say when he gets double on the post, I'm QBing. He's looking for his outlet. He's going to create shots.
And a mismatch down low. Murray on the catch. Mentioned third time in the last 4 years they met in the playoffs. Denver won in 2023 en route to its first NBA championship. Minnesota had the largest Game 7 comeback win in playoff history to beat Denver in 2024. Conley with the push shot.
Those two-man game on the right-hand side of the floor by Conley and Gobert. And Mike ambidextrous, remember. He's either hand, and he's very efficient.
Aaron Gordon, who gave him 23 minutes in Game 4, but didn't play Game 3 or 5. He could play if there's a Game 7. Gobert.
This time just a little bit of a push in transition, and then on the opposite side, a little two-man with Conley and Gobert. Rudy, one of the outstanding screeners in the league. But there's Mike.
So he's getting a breather, Conley is now. Bones Highland, who was questionable on the injury report earlier today with a right ankle issue, but he's giving it a go. We will probably just see 8 players on the floor for Minnesota in this game. Jokic in and out on the 3% of the series from behind the arc. Naz Reid driving, loves for Gobert for the slam.
Minnesota going big with Naz Reid at the 3, Julius at the 4, and Rudy at the 5. You're essentially getting your best players on the floor, and you're going to probably try to do this as much as possible.
Jokic lost the ball. He wanted good defense by Gobert. Reid off the Gobert screen. Goes at Jokic, flips it up and in. Timeout Denver.
It's his presence, but what a start. As Hardaway gets a look here from 3 in Kansas. But Minnesota, they've taken a fast break and 14 in the paint. What a start for them offensively.
Randall fouled, they're going to say on the floor. Team foul number 2. Game 6 again. That 3 by Hardaway. His first in Minnesota since Game 3. He was 0 for 6 in Game 4, and then back home went 1 for 3 on Monday night in Game 5. McDaniels mid-range, got it, and
talk about an inspired effort out of the gates. Checking Bruce Brown, who's had a good series one-on-one. Slaps it out, eventually goes their way.
Bones Highland, the former Nugget, missed the layup, but he was fouled. Team foul number 3, but the next year was traded to the Clippers, but he's found a home here with the Wolves. Our upcoming playoff schedule brought to you by
for the Lakers in that one.
No Kevin Durant again for Game 6. Scored since he had the first 4 points of the game. Murray around the screen, floats it up and in. Jamal Murray with his second.
Folks, the challenging defender was Rudy. He's got to get it up and over the top.
Reid on the drive, count the basket and 1.
Since he arrived here, he's had to carve out a niche in any number of different roles, and he's found a way. Like the adaptability of some.
Man of the Year 2 seasons ago. Only about 10 points per game here in the series. Cam Johnson hits a 3, and he's 3 for.
He's searched, it feels like, for a lot of this season. If they could get consistent shot making, that would be huge.
McDaniels trying to answer, does! Inside 2 minutes to go. The winner of this series will play San Antonio in the conference semis. Minnesota's up 3-2. Trying to close out the Nuggets tonight. Hardaway's 3 off the mark, but a foul on McDaniel.
But as he's trying to pass and clear his body, I guess there's some lower body contact. Yeah, he clips the foot. It looks like of Hardaway on the way by.
And Hardaway, 75% free throws in just a couple of minutes.
That's massive, because if you think about the last game, he took him out, gave him a very brief run. And Hardaway the last couple of days, attitude has been great. Understood, you know, not making.
TJ Shannon checking back in for Minnesota. Jalen Clark now part of the rotation. We mentioned DiVincenzo out. Anthony Edwards still out with a bone bruise to his knee, although the hope is he'll return at some. Showed up on the injury report with an illness earlier today. He's out tonight as well for the Wolves. But they're up 3 late in the first. Reed lost it. Brown takes it away. 2-on-1. Hardaway gets the layup as Gobert. 5 quick Nugget points to get within 1 with a minute to go. Shannon, Jokic called for the foul, and that's 2. Penalty situation. So Shannon, who's a Chicago native, started out his college career at Texas Tech, was there 3 years, then 2 at Illinois, was an All-American there. First career playoff start.
In the last game, he has 15 points, only plays 14 minutes. People are asking why. And it's because on defense, he can get lost. He has position. He's got to sustain on the defensive end.
He's got 8 points to lead Minnesota in scoring. Brown's 3, no good. And rebound by Highland in the field. They lead by 3. Reed with the skip, and it's intercepted by Hardaway. Jokic in the open court, chest pass ahead, count the basket and a foul.
In the open floor, the pick here by Hardaway Jr., and then the right spot. I mean, Nikola Jokic, middle of the floor, right decision by Hardaway to get it to him quickly.
4% as Jokic takes a seat with 4 assists, 2 fouls. Johnson was acquired from Michael Porter Jr. in the off, leading all scorers with 9 points. We're tied up with 30 seconds to go in the first. Highland on the sidestep. Misfires on the triple trot.
If he doesn't lean, though, he's got him in absolute jail. And if Cam Johnson's dribbling the ball against Clark, that's going to be an issue.
Look, Johnson missed the first free throw. First foul on Clark. Got the second one. He had 18 points in game 5. It's trying to close out the Nuggets. Denver trying to go home Saturday for game 7. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Shannon on the drive. Gets into the teeth of the defense, and Johnson swats it away. Well, Cam Johnson does have a lot of NBA playoff experience, in particular with the Suns back in 2021. Helped them get to the NBA Finals. Reed on the roll. Here's Clark in the corner. Gets a 3.
That's exactly right, because this is what he's known for right here. Just elite pressure at the point of attack.
Tyus Jones, who used to play here in Minnesota, knocks down the floor. Orlando earlier this year. He's getting minutes because Denver isn't at full strength either. Clark from the other corner, not that time, but there's McDaniels taking the rebound away. Minnesota leads the series 3-2. Denver trying to force a game 7, and a great defensive play. Clark ties up. Brown will have a jump ball.
The reason Clark can help them is because of this. He is an absolute terror defensively. You're going to dribble the ball around him, you better have an awfully tight handle.
National defensive player, but didn't play obviously because of the injury until late in that first season with the G League. And getting minutes tonight because of all the injuries. DiVincenzo, Edwards, DeSumo, and Anderson all out.
Around them with Clark and Conley and Jaden, you've got strong defenders on the perimeter. And I will say, when Reed and Julius battle on the defensive end, it's a different story.
Reed penetrates, coming over to swat it is Jones, but Reed's.
He's a matchup problem for a lot of people, but he's getting busy tonight.
6 points for Reed. Jones cans a triple. Boy, was
Jones is digging a career after 5 years at Stanford. Now, this is not going to be the most aesthetically pleasing jumper, folks, but I'm going to tell you he's got great belief in it, and it goes in.
He was at Stanford for 5 years, got an engineering degree. As Reed misses a three, he doesn't own a car to walk or wait for a teammate to give him a ride home.
Is there a rationale for no car?
I have no idea. You live in Denver. Could be walking home in a blizzard. Valanciunas got the offensive rebound. Conley looks to be okay, but he was hobbling for a good 30 seconds after that blocking foul a couple of possessions ago on Tyus Jones. 1 point Denver lead, Minnesota ball. Randall had 7 early points, hasn't scored since. Conley in the lane, hits it with the right hand. He's so good, switching hands, probably never thinking they would need him to play this many minutes in the playoffs. Bad pass by Randall, not on the same page with McDaniels. Murray's taken only 4 shots after 48 the previous 2 games combined, and a foul on Conley, leveling Jones to the deck.
Conley just going to try to, a little nudge, a little push, but on the opposite end, he gets Tyus Jones behind him, and we talked about he's not in
the foul line, can't hit the J. Kept alive, though, and knocked out to the perimeter by Reed, but he's hurt now. Slow to get up. He rolled his ankle last game, but finished. McDaniels with 4 to shoot. Turnaround jumper somehow did not go down. And a loose ball foul inside on Minnesota. It's going to be on.
They got loose with the ball at the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
Turnover here, like those things matter for Chris Finch's team.
7 turnovers so far by Minnesota. Jamal Murray looking to get unlocked, gets to his spot and gets it to roll home. Jamal Murray has had some huge games when facing elimination. 3 times he scored 40 or more in elimination situations. Lob for Gobert, he flips it up and it counts. Naz Reid went to the locker room and that is the ruling. It is Wolves basketball.
I love the speed that Minnesota's playing with on the offensive end. Quick into their actions.
Conley driving baseline. It's cut off. Finds Shannon. Wolves by a point. Randall fires a 3. Can't hit it. And Jones rebounds. Murray again going to work on Conley. Back to the basket. Gobert comes to help. So does McDaniels. Murray can't score. And taking it away. And a 3-point attempt. It won't fall for McDaniels. Murray with the clear, gives it up to Jones. Jokic on the cut. Missed the shot inside. Offensive rebound. Boy, Brown maybe thought Gobert was going to reject him. And he Denver. Jokic had 4 in the first minute and 15 seconds, but hasn't scored since. He does have 5 assists. Conley's 3 around and out. And rebounded by Murray. It's per game. He and Jokic play the 2-man game. McDaniels defending Murray. Gobert is on Jokic, who kicks it out. Shot clock down to 3. Jokic sees it, launches, gets a triple, swishing it through. And it's been a struggle for Jokic shooting in the series. Career low, 42% shooting for this series, but his best game in terms of efficiency was his last game. 9 of 15 from the floor. Sign for Minnesota. Bad sign for Denver. Spencer Jones just picked up his 3rd foul, and he's a starter now because of the injury to Aaron Gordon. Let's check in with George.
Dave, DB, at the 8:17 mark of the second quarter, Naz Reid checked out for Rudy Gobert. He took a shot at that point, what looked like that neck and shoulder area.
Thanks, George. He hurt his right ankle in game 5, but was able to fight through it. Got a tie game midway through the second quarter. Minnesota leads the series 3-2. Winner to play the Spurs. Here's Murray. And gets the bounce a couple times, but then it falls off the... Did everything but drop through the net. Reed around the screen. He gets the bounce.
So again, back to the bunk side Rudy. That makes a difficult matchup for somebody in a white jersey. That time it was Christian Brown.
Murray driving kick to Brown. Shot clock inside of 10. Jokic jab step fire way off on the 3. Rebounded. Reed looking to attack again. Going at Christian Brown. He's doubled. Randall 9 points. And that one too hot to handle, trying to hit Shannon. And Denver twice has come back from a 3-1 deficit to win a playoff series. No one's ever done it 3 times. How about the defense? McDaniels with the block. Kept alive, though, for Murray with a shot clock at 4. Murray with 2. Murray falling out of bounds. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Ray.
And he's got big-time skill. He's grown so much on the offensive end, but, man, his defense against Jamal, so tough.
McDaniels has 9 points, 4 rebounds. Murray drives, skips through a defender, missed the bank shot. Gobert with the quick clear and push. Denver gets back. Shannon attacks anyway. Gets all the way to the rim and scores.
Has the size and strength to contend with him.
Gordon, after missing game 3, tried to play here in game 4. As Jokic misses the shot, Randall rebounds. And after a 64% opening 8 minutes. 1 and done for the Wolves, but they have a 6-point lead with 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. It's an 8-0 Minnesota run. A turnover forced, reading the open floor, and Cam Johnson with it.
Out in transition. He's trying to contend with 2 offensive players. Excellent job to, in live sprinting, turn his body and be able to get that ball without foul.
McDaniels with 9, Randall 9, 10 for Shannon. McDaniels floater is good, and the lead is 8 for Minnesota, its largest of the night.
This is why a couple years ago they made the concerted effort to put the ball in his hands.
Jokic all the way to the...
Put the ball in his hands and let him grow his game. And he is showing you what he can do with it.
Career high 15 points per game during the regular season for McDaniels. In his 6th year out of Washington. Shot clock down to 5. Randall with the jab step. Launches and swishes home.
The other guy you could use right now is Peyton Watson for Denver.
Yeah, that's a great point as Murray is fouled. Aaron Gordon, terrific, injured it, and we don't know if Denver should advance, if we'll see him again in the playoffs. Meanwhile, McDaniels picked up the foul, his 2nd. For the Nuggets season to continue, they have to win the night. Game 7 would be Saturday in Denver. Jokic, and they're going to call Gobert for the foul. Knows a little bit of an acting job by Jokic. 14th foul. Hardaway coming around the screen as Shannon falls down. Hardaway pulls and hits along 2. The bench. But Denver has just 16 points in the quarter. They led the NBA in scoring during the season. McDaniels not that time. Randall spinning in the lane. Kicks it out. They swing it around. Randall lets it fly. Way off on the 3. Gobert with the offense up. He almost made it. Jokic with the board. Now it's Brown. Goes at the chest to Reed. To the corner, and Johnson gets a 3. 1 points. It's a 4-point game.
Hard to imagine where they'd be without the play of Cam Johnson.
Brown with a knockaway from behind. It will stay.
His ability, when he starts to feel good and is confident, it is a game changer.
He's 5 for 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. McDaniels fouled by Brown. First trip to the line tonight for McDaniels, who's done a lot of talking in this series, but done a lot of backing it up as well. Coming up on halftime, presented by Hyundai, Ernie, Kenny, Charles, destroying the Hawks.
How about the Sixers?
Yes. Forcing a game 7 in Boston. They've already won twice in Boston. Approaching a minute to go. Murray almost stepped into the backcourt. Johnson puts it on the floor this time. Missed the layup, but a foul. And then it's off to a great start from the floor in this game, but he's missed 2 free throws so far here in game 6. One out of 2. And it's a 5 remaining in the half. Minnesota trying to close out and eliminate Denver. Oh my goodness, TJ Shannon punishes. He means business tonight in his first ever playoff start. Murray on the drive, keeps it, lays it up, missed it. Rebound Shannon. Numbers if they hurry. Murray, the defender flies by, hits the trailing Jokic. Pump fake, penetrate, Jokic gets deep. Oh, net, and blocked by Gobert. Kept alive. Shannon wants it. He's got Brown on him. Shot clock at 5. Shannon going to work. Drives. Brown blocks him.
Rudy saying to Jokic, not now.
3.6 to shoot. Shannon and Brown jumping up. Jokic has it. Lobs it down court. Hardaway gets it away in time. Oh, it almost banked home, but it falls out. And the half comes to an end. He connects on his first shot of the third quarter. This is how he started the game. He had 4 points in the first minute, but then went about a quarter without scoring again. Randall doubled, and see what they call that
Chance to recover on Murray, but there's a reach and slap. That was on Jones?
No, they called it on Jokic. Okay. That's his third. Not a smart foul on Jokic. Jones hits the deck, and they're going to call
extension of the arm. That does him in.
Makes it an easy call for this officiating crew. Josh Tiven, the crew chief, in his 16th year. Courtney Kirkland in his 26th year. J.B. DeRosa, year 9. Murray hangs, misses again. 7 straight misses from Murray. Normally has heroic performances in elimination games. McDaniels off the mark on a 3. Philadelphia forced a Game 7 with Boston earlier tonight. Do the same. That was touched by Minnesota, so no backboard violation. Shot clock down to 8. Johnson, who was 5 for 5 from the floor in the first half, and Jokic scores again.
He too, left hand, right hand, with English, without.
Denver scores the first 4 points of the third. McDaniels, no Anthony Edwards, we mentioned that. Of course, Dante DiVincenzo out. Ayo Dosunmu, who had been the leading scorer for Minnesota, he's out.
Working with Cam Johnson in the two-man game. Great patience by Cam. You're navigating with the ball. You're just trying to make it easy on your best player.
And with Randall missing the first free throw, let's check in with George from
Anthony Edwards in the lineup. In those games, Randall's averaging 24, 7, and 5 on 49% shooting. Head coach Chris Finch told us, people forget Julius has been a #1 option on a playoff team, recalling Randall's Knicks tenure, and he can do whatever we need. Score, rebounds, and 3 assists.
3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Was a big reason why the Wolves made it to the conference finals last year for the 2nd straight season. They lead by 4, 2 minutes gone by in the third. Murray in the paint, and the floater rolls home for Jamal Murray. His first.
See how mindful he is of where Jaden McDaniels is.
Conley has Gobert rolling, and Gobert missed the tip-in, but gets it back and slams it down as Denver carrying the loose ball. Conley falls to the floor. No whistle. Johnson, deep triple try short. His first miss from the field all game. Out of bounds to Minnesota.
They try to set him off a stagger, get him off movement, trying to get Jaden McDaniels off his body. They give him enough of a runway to do exactly that.
Conley can't get the bounce. Jokic boards it. 4th rebound to go with 7 assists and 13 points. Jones inside with the layup. It's a 2-point game. Minnesota's largest lead was 9. Denver had a 5-point lead in the second quarter. Randall, they'll double him, force him to give it up. Long skip to Shannon, who had a great first half with 12 points. Conley's 3 is down. Johnson's pass broken up. Jones gets it out to Jokic, and Jokic collides with Shannon. And a deep
about it. This young man has some weaknesses on the defensive end. He doesn't quite get into position. He's thinking the right thing, but it happens too late, and he took the wrong angle. Only 14 minutes last game because of a lack of game plan discipline on the defensive end. Tonight, give the young man credit. Try to make a play there, okay. This
obviously has to play now because of all the injuries. He's got 12 points. First free throws of the game for Jokic. Got 5 quick ones here in the third. Will play the Spurs. San Antonio beat Portland in 5. Randall on the face-up, looking for some help. Fires underneath. Shannon. Joker got out of the way. Shannon puts it in.
Now he sells it right there. If I were Cam Johnson, I'd be making the flop sign.
Third foul on Johnson. So you got Jokic, or Johnson and a game high 16 points. Jokic drives. And Brown took it outside the paint. Jokic on the back down against Gobert one-on-one. The crowd booing. Murray, Jokic, floater, good for Jokic.
Touch on passing to thread the needle to Jamal, and then the connection between the two men.
8 points in the quarter for Jokic. The lane to drive, cut off by two Nuggets. McDaniels takes it. Can't get the layup. Jokic with the his fifth board. He'll bring it up. He's got 8 assists. He'll use the Murray screen. Now he'll drive all the way and kick it out to the corner. Johnson. Cam Johnson knocking down.
Game, and it's in every way he dominates. First player in NBA history to lead the league in both rebounds and assists. If he gets a triple-double tonight, he becomes the all-time leader. Is that correct?
Right, that would be 222. Regular, he'll wait for his teammates. Looking to tie or maybe take the lead on this possession. Murray penetrates, his floater won't go. Rebound Reed. They're in the midway point of the third here in Game 6. Randall drives, gets rid of Brown, missed the layup inside. Conversation for that award again in 2026. Denver can tie or take the lead on this possession. Here's Murray, just 4 for 14, 8 points around the Jokic screen. Swing, Johnson misses the three off the back iron.
Back to the big lineup, which was plus 11 in the first half with Naz and Julius and Rudy Gobert.
Reed from the corner. His three no good. Teams have gone cold now from deep. Minnesota 26%. Denver 7 of 17. Jokic gets deep on Gobert, turns around and gets the bounce. He's got 19 points.
The defense is Dave. His shot making is just ridiculous.
7-0 Nugget run. McDaniels downhill. Gets into the lane. In between a pass and a shot. Took the shot. Jokic rejects Gobert for Denver 4 on 3. And Brown turns it over. Quickly ahead. Randall gets 2 at the rim. 4-point swing, it looked like. Wolves back in front. Murray. Jokic pumps, puts it up, won't go, but free throw blocker.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the bench, because I think tonight, just like they did in Game 5, Jokic is getting the ball on the move. And he's going to make a defense something they are especially good at, protecting the rim. It gets one there.
Third foul on McDaniels. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app in that first half. Only 8 guys have played for Minnesota because of all the injuries they have. Randall's three off the side of the rim. Gobert pokes it out, go to Highland. He'll let it fly. His three no good. Battle for the loose ball. Murray's got it. Jokic, he'll launch. Three no good. It pinballs to McDaniels. Third straight game here in Minnesota that Denver's not been able to get the three ball going, with the exception of Cam Johnson. McDaniels penetrates, hangs and scores on a foul.
There's length on both ends. He attacks Murray initially, and again, he's able to get shots over Jamal Murray. Has the athleticism to hang. Jamal a little bit frustrated.
Signal from the official with the number. First foul on Murray. Third team foul. McDaniels with the free throw. His first points of the quarter. Minnesota back up 3 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Now Jalen Clark, an excellent defensive player, right in the grill of Murray. Jokic driving, and a good shot clock at 9. Great denial by McDaniels on Hardaway. That's who Brown was looking for. Brown now has to go with 1 to shoot. Misses the finger roll, but a foul. Boy, looked like good defense there by Highland, but Minnesota's not going to challenge it.
I mean, was there any contact up high? A little bit at their hips, but that didn't look like a foul.
In his 8th year, they brought him back. He was part of that title team a few years ago. Went elsewhere, but back this year trying to get Denver back into championship contention. Ball, 3.5 to go in the third. 2-point Wolves lead. Lead the series 3 games to 2. Reed coming off the screen, drives, lobs it. No, it's a shot. He puts it in. The defense was expecting the lob.
Yeah, that's
penetrates and scores against Gobert. What a quarter for the Joker, three-time MVP. He's got 14 points here in the third. Reed up top, puts it on the deck, challenges Gobert, and gets the basket. Tough pass by Jokic, but it got to Brown. Now hands for Jokic on the baseline. Misses the shot, tapped out to Clark. Gets it back, though. Well, Clark was open in the corner. He had a three from that spot in the first half, but McDaniels didn't throw it to him. Shot clock down to 4. McDaniels keeps the bounce, pulls up. Jaden McDaniels with another basket mark in the third. Minnesota leads by 6. Clark harassing Brown, got a deflection, but ends up in the hands of Jokic. Hardaway with a shot clock at 5. Puts it on the floor. The runner no good. Hardaway gets the rebound, goes back up, misses again. Gets it a third time, and this time puts it home.
Love his response, Dave. Played his fewest minutes last game, doesn't hang his head, comes back with a big-time performance.
Gobert and Cam Johnson getting tangled. They call a...
Trying to make a stand at the rim, and absolutely a foul. And what's interesting in these minutes where Conley is lifted off the floor is Chris Finch is really acting as a point guard, because Shannon is looking over at him. Chris Finch is actually directing people away from that side of the floor. Like, as a coach, when you're undermanned, and both of these teams are undermanned, they're playing lineups that they haven't played all year, combinations that they haven't played all year.
Gobert misses the second. Save to McDaniels by Clark, and McDaniels got it. The lead is 8. Inbound to Brown. 5 seconds to go. Brown with 3, and Brown called for the offensive foul of Minnesota late in the third. Wolves trying to close out the series tonight. The Spurs await the winner. T.J. Shannon back on the floor. He's got 16 points. Boy, is he fast. Quickly to the rim. Gets
from 15 to 18 feet, and he marches straight down the lane.
Johnson playing with 4 fouls. Driving on Shannon. His runner, no good. And long pass to Clark. Thought about the 3, instead gets it to Shannon. Shannon looking to drive again. Brown cuts off the angle. Clark up top, triple try, not close.
He's got to move that to your chest.
His first playoff start in for the injured Ayo Dosunmu. Joker spins and finds Murray. Great defense by Shannon. Shot clock inside of 10. Murray keeps the bounce. Gobert challenges, and Murray misses another shot. He's 4 for 15. Shannon gives it up. Clark drives, finds the cutting Gobert. Wild shot, but a foul, and that will be 4 on Jokic. No Anthony Edwards, no DiVincenzo. Dosunmu's out. Yet Minnesota leads by 8. Denver doesn't have Gordon or Peyton Watson, but Murray and Jokic are playing. Murray has struggled, though. 3-point. He had 11 points on Monday in the fourth quarter. Minnesota up 3-2 in the series, trying to move on to play the Spurs. Denver trying to force Game 7, which would be Saturday, back home. Reed's floater, no. Daniels. Second chance opportunity here for Minnesota. Jokic went for the steal. McDaniels driving. Misses, no, he got it to fall. It looked like it was...
+9 on the glass, +12 second chance, +8 offensive rebounds. You want to talk about an inspired team today, that is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And they have 22 assists and just 7 turnovers. Jones used to play here in Minnesota. Finds Cam Johnson on target. It's a 4-point game. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Reed and Randall setting screens for Conley. Shot clock down to 5. McDaniels drives through the lane, banks it in.
But it's got to be up there.
He's got 11 in the second half, 24 for the game. Tyus Jones, and they're going to call a foul. Clark shoves Jokic. And fortunate it's just the 1 technical on Reed, even though the fans here don't like the call. So it's a 5.
Randall and Naz Reid.
Jamal Murray still on the bench for Denver. Early fourth. Cam Johnson gets some airspace. His three in and out. Batted around.
Contest on shots. This guy is so mindful and aware on the defensive end.
Hardaway in the corner, inbounding to Jones. Jones with a pull-up. It's good.
Wow.
Game of the series. Conley penetrates. Jokic had the lane covered, so he brings it out. McDaniels will try it. It's short. Tapped out. Conley puts it on the deck. Shot clock at 8. Conley lets it go. The three is not there, though, and it's rebounded by Hardaway. Johnson quickly met, fires inside to Jokic. What a pass by Johnson. It's a one-point game.
Yeah, Rudy, let him get behind him.
Jokic has not sat in the second half. He's played 35 minutes. He's got 25 points.
And playing with 4 fouls.
McDaniels trying to break down the defender, leans in, creates a little space, and hits the short jumper over.
Late. Nikola Jokic, obviously very well conditioned, but he's playing a ton of minutes.
Jokic backing down Gobert. They boo Jokic. He gets the shot away, and it drops. Jokic has 27.
Low.
Gobert now has 6 assists after that dish to Reed. It's a 4-point lead for Minnesota, looking to eliminate Denver tonight. The Nuggets win Game 7 is Saturday in Denver. Gobert call for the foul on the Jokic. Shoots free throws. He's 4 for 4 at the line so far in the game. 27 points for the second straight game. He has 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and had a block on Gobert. Misses the free throw at the first EC. Coverage starts at 2:30 Eastern time with NBA tip-off. 1 out of 2 for Jokic. 3 likely to see him in Game 7. We could see Gordon. Anthony Edwards out for the series, but the hope is he'll return in the next round should the Wolves advance to play San Antonio. Gobert and Jones get tied up on Jokic, Jones, and Johnson, all with 4 fouls for Denver.
Jones trying to contend with McDaniels. I think you could have taken the under if you were coming quickly to close on him on the other side.
Here's Shannon making his first NBA playoff start. Misses the shot. Tied with a 3. Hard screen by Jokic. Jones keeps the dribble alive. His runner, no good. Gobert with the...
His reputation in the playoffs. And he can struggle all night long. But big shots become his time. Do we hear from him before this thing is over?
McDaniels penetrates. Hangs, no. Gobert tips it in. Denver won Game 5, back home to force a Game 6. They're trying to force one more. Johnson lets it go. Not close on the triple try. Rebound Conley.
That jumper felt different to me. Bench might close with Mike Conley. Julius comes back in and maybe replaces Shannon here.
Jokic has played 39 minutes. McDaniels has played 40 for Minnesota. They've only played 8 guys because of all the injuries they have. Shot clock at 5. Gobert comes to set the screen. McDaniels with 3. Gobert in the lane to the corner. The 3 is up. And good for Shannon. Beat the shot clock with a triple. 21 points for Shannon. Johnson drives. Blocked by Conley.
Didn't stop, folks, because they can't hear the whistle between the lines.
Conley commits his 3rd foul. Everybody was running down the court because, to your point, you couldn't hear the whistle at all.
In fact, and if tie goes to the runner.
So 3 on Conley, 3 team fouls. Johnson's 2nd free throw is good. He's got 23 points. Denver back within. Terrence Shannon's had a great game. It's not just the 21 points. How about no turnovers? He's had the ball in his hands a lot. The knock away by Johnson into the backcourt. Shot clock at 9. McDaniels going baseline. Gets the shot away. It's good and a foul.
Still so young with so much growth coming. Fearless, attacking, understanding, no ant. Somebody's got to create. Julius is on the bench. I'm the best option.
But he missed the free throw. This lead was 9 in the first half. Nearing 5 minutes to go. Murray can't get away from Shannon. Murray just 8 points for Denver. And now a foul on Minnesota. That's his 4th personal and team foul number 4.
This I did not know Rudy Gobert had in his game, folks. A left-handed rap to the opposite corner. Wow.
Jokic kicks to the wing. Johnson swishes home a 3.
Do you feel the difference of the one versus catch and let it fly with confidence?
5 threes for Johnson. He's got 26. Ray drives, can't get the bounce. And a foul inside. Both Gobert and got 3 career 40-point games in the postseason when facing elimination. Both free throws are good. It is a 3-point game.
He's a big shot maker, Dave.
Here's McDaniels, 26 points. Or 28 points, rather. Shot clock down to 5. McDaniels working on Brown into the lane. Got Brown off his feet. Can't get the basket. And Jokic secures.
This is quite the stand all of a sudden by the Denver Nuggets on the defensive end.
8 rebounds, 10 assists, 28 points for Jokic. Murray's 3 in and out. Loose ball into the hands of Conley. Julius Randle back on the floor. If the Wolves win, they advance to play San Antonio. If Denver wins, it'll be Game 7 Saturday in Denver. Shannon drives out to Randle with a shot clock at 10. Inside 4 minutes to go in the game. Randle turns and kicks to Shannon, who lost it out of. Denver scored the last 5 points. A chance to tie it with a 3. Here's Murray. He's 4 for 16. Murray drives, floater, challenged by Gobert, hit the side of the backboard. Jokic has it though, out to Jones, gets a great look. It won't go, rebound McDaniel. Randle driving on Jones, backing him down, works into the lane, and gets the shot to fall. It's a 5-point lead. Jokic 1 rebound shy of another triple-double. Great pass to Murray. Randle was right there though. Johnson with a cut. Can't get the shot though. Shannon's got 21 points. 28 for McDaniels. Randle double. Shannon. He'll shoot for 3. Loose ball. Randle's got it. Oh, Reed was on Denver. Team foul number 4. So it's going to be a side out of bounds. They get Christian Brown for the personal. His 2nd.
A near turnover on Randle here. You see the foul by Christian Brown.
Championship. They have not been back to the conference finals. They lost in 7 to Oklahoma City last year in the conference semis. 7 games in the conference semis to Minnesota 2 years ago. And down 3-2 in this series as Randle's shot hits the rim 3 times and falls.
Randle is hung up. Jamal Deshae to challenge the 3 if Jokic was going to go there, but too much contact.
So for the Wolves. Murray nails both free throws. It's a 3-point game the last 2 years. Trying to get a step closer with a win tonight. They move on to play San Antonio. Shannon looking to drive. Shot clock down to 7. Shannon wants to take Murray off the bounce. He'll put it on the floor. And he'll put the shot in off the window. Chris Finch looking to the back bench. Not going to challenge it. Each team still has their challenge. 2 timeouts remaining for each team. A gotta have it possession for Denver down 6. Jokic spinning, hits the cutting Johnson, went for the dunk, and he was fouled.
Loses sight of his man, and Cam is an elite athlete.
2nd foul on Reed. Johnson has missed 2 free throws, 5 of 7 at the line tonight. He's missed 3. Got the 2nd one. Again, it's Shannon.
Yeah, but McDaniels has got Murray on him.
Here's McDaniels. Shot clock down to 7. McDaniels with 5. Pulls up for a long two. It's good!
Nikola Jokic.
Fifth foul on Spencer Jones. One of the greatest players in the NBA. It's now an 8-point deficit with one more free throw from Randall.
Bonus both ways, Dave. Oh, they don't get the defensive rebound. Wow.
Just no Anthony Edwards, no Dante DiVincenzo. Ayo Dosunmu, their leading scorer in the playoffs. He pops up on the injury report today with a calf injury. Then Kyle Anderson later this afternoon. He pops up on the injury report with an illness.
They were right. Nas, that triple big lineup, presented a lot of problems to the Denver Nuggets.
Gobert gets the bounce on the second free throw. Denver needs threes. Jokic will fire. No good. Batted out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Thought it was actually